In a world that constantly bombards us with images of joy and success, the pursuit of happiness has become an obsession. Social media feeds filled with smiling faces, motivational quotes, and curated lifestyles create a facade that suggests happiness is not just attainable, but a fundamental right. Yet beneath this surface lies a profound emptiness, a silent struggle that many choose to ignore. Dostoevsky, the great Russian writer, understood this paradox deeply. He believed that the more we chase after happiness, the more we distance ourselves from our true selves. This chapter explores the societal pressures that dictate our understanding of happiness and the internal conflict that arises when we cannot measure up to these ideals. We are taught to suppress our pain and discomfort, to wear a mask of positivity even when we feel shattered inside. This denial creates a chasm between our authentic emotions and the expectations imposed upon us. Dostoevsky's characters often grapple with this dissonance, revealing the dark underbelly of a society obsessed with superficial joy. The irony is that in our relentless pursuit of happiness, we often find ourselves ensnared in deeper suffering. We become slaves to our own desires, chasing an elusive dream that seems to slip further away with each attempt to grasp it. As we strive to conform to the ideals of happiness, we neglect the richness of our human experience, which includes pain, sorrow, and struggle. Dostoevsky challenges us to confront this uncomfortable truth, that suffering is an intrinsic part of life, and that true growth comes from embracing it rather than fleeing from it. He invites us to question the very foundations of our happiness. What if the key to a fulfilling life lies not in the relentless pursuit of joy, but in the acceptance of our pain? This chapter sets the stage for a deeper exploration of Dostoevsky's philosophy, urging us to reconsider our relationship with happiness and suffering. It is a call to authenticity, a reminder that our struggles do not define us but rather contribute to the tapestry of our existence. As we embark on this journey, let us open our minds to the possibility that by facing our suffering, we may discover a more profound sense of fulfillment. In this chapter, we delve deeper into the nature of suffering and its role in shaping our existence. Dostoevsky posits that suffering is not merely a burden to be endured, but a vital aspect of the human experience that can lead to profound transformation. This perspective challenges the conventional belief that happiness should be our ultimate goal, suggesting instead that embracing our suffering can unlock deeper truths about ourselves. The modern world often promotes the idea that pain is something to be avoided at all costs. We are inundated with messages encouraging us to numb our discomfort through distractions, whether they be social media, consumerism, or even superficial relationships. This avoidance creates a cycle of denial, where we push our pain down and mask it with fleeting pleasures. However, Dostoevsky argues that this approach only exacerbates our suffering. He illustrates through his characters that true understanding and consciousness arise from grappling with our pain. For instance, in Crime and Punishment, Raskolnikov's journey reveals that it is through his guilt and torment that he begins to reconnect with his humanity. His suffering becomes a catalyst for self-discovery, prompting him to confront the moral complexities of his actions. Dostoevsky's work emphasizes that suffering can lead to a heightened awareness of our existence and the world around us. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and our relationships, fostering growth and resilience. The paradox lies in the fact that while we often seek to escape pain, it is through facing it that we find our true selves. This chapter invites readers to reflect on their own experiences with suffering. How often do we try to avoid pain, only to find ourselves in deeper despair? What if we allowed ourselves to feel our emotions fully, to embrace the discomfort rather than flee from it? By doing so, we might uncover new layers of understanding and strength within ourselves. Dostoevsky's philosophy urges us to reconsider our relationship with suffering, viewing it not as a hindrance but as a pathway to authenticity. As we continue this exploration, we will see how accepting our pain can lead to a richer, more meaningful existence, challenging the notion that happiness is the ultimate destination. Instead, we may find that the journey through suffering is where true fulfillment lies. In the quest for happiness, many of us don masks to navigate the world, presenting a version of ourselves that aligns with societal expectations. These masks serve as a facade, allowing us to hide our true feelings and vulnerabilities. Dostoevsky vividly illustrates this theme through his characters, who often grapple with the dissonance between their inner turmoil and outward appearances. The pressure to conform to the ideals of happiness can lead to a life steeped in inauthenticity. We become actors in a play, performing roles dictated by societal norms where smiles are mandatory and struggles are taboo. This chapter explores the psychological implications of wearing these masks. When we suppress our true emotions, whether it be sadness, anger, or fear, we create a disconnect between our authentic selves and the personas we project. This dissonance breeds inner conflict and ultimately suffering. Dostoevsky's characters often find themselves trapped in this cycle. For example, in The Brothers Karamazov, the character Ivan Karamazov wrestles with profound existential questions while outwardly maintaining a semblance of control. His internal what fears drive us to hide our true emotions? What would happen if we allowed ourselves to be seen, imperfections and all? Embracing our authentic selves, including our pain, can lead to deeper connections with others and a more fulfilling life. This chapter encourages readers to reflect on their own experiences with masking their emotions. Are there moments when you felt compelled to smile through pain, or to present a brave face when you were struggling inside? Acknowledging these moments is the first step toward reclaiming our authenticity. By shedding our masks, we can begin to embrace the fullness of our humanity, recognizing that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. Dostoevsky's work serves as a reminder that true happiness lies not in the pursuit of an idealized existence, but in the acceptance of our complex, multifaceted selves. As we continue this journey, let us explore how embracing our authenticity can lead to a more profound understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. In this chapter, we examine the consequences of avoiding our emotions and the pain that accompanies them. In our modern society, the tendency to distract ourselves from discomfort is prevalent. We fill our lives with busyness, entertainment, and superficial engagements, all in an effort to escape the inevitable struggles of existence. Dostoevsky critiques this avoidance, illustrating through his narratives that evading pain only leads to greater suffering in the long run. The characters in his works often face dire consequences as a result of their attempts to flee from their inner turmoil. For instance, in Notes from Underground, the protagonist embodies the conflict between the desire for social acceptance and the reality of his own despair. His avoidance of genuine connection and his retreat into isolation only deepen his suffering, demonstrating how avoidance can spiral into a cycle of self-inflicted pain. This chapter delves into the psychological mechanisms behind avoidance. When we ignore our feelings, we may experience temporary relief, but this relief is fleeting. The unresolved emotions linger beneath the surface, manifesting in anxiety, depression, or even physical ailments. Dostoevsky's exploration of the human psyche reveals how repression can lead to a fractured sense of self, where individuals become disconnected from their true emotions and desires. Rather than confronting their pain, they become trapped in a cycle of denial, leading to a life devoid of authenticity and fulfillment. This avoidance not only affects our mental health, but also impacts our relationships. When we fail to acknowledge our struggles, we miss the opportunity for meaningful connections with others. Authentic relationships are built on vulnerability and shared experiences, and when we hide our pain, we create barriers that prevent intimacy. Dostoevsky's characters often illustrate the importance of facing one's suffering in order to foster genuine connections. This chapter encourages readers to reflect on their own patterns of avoidance. Are there areas in your life where you find yourself turning away from discomfort? What might happen if you chose to confront those feelings instead? By embracing our pain, we can begin to unravel the complexities of our emotions and foster deeper connections with ourselves and others. Dostoevsky's philosophy invites us to reconsider our relationship with suffering, urging us to see it as a necessary part of our journey rather than an obstacle to be avoided. As we continue our exploration, we will uncover the potential for growth and transformation that lies within our willingness to face our struggles head-on. In this chapter, we explore the profound relationship between suffering and the search for meaning in our lives. Dostoevsky believed that through our struggles, we can uncover deeper truths about ourselves and our existence. The quest for meaning often emerges in times of hardship, prompting us to reflect on our values, beliefs, and the very essence of what it means to be human. Many of Dostoevsky's characters grapple with existential questions, seeking purpose amid chaos and suffering. For instance, in The Idiot, Prince Mishkin embodies the struggle to find meaning in a world filled with moral ambiguity and despair. His innocence and compassion challenge the prevailing cynicism of society, illustrating how the act of seeking meaning can lead to profound insights and connections. This chapter delves into the idea that suffering can serve as a catalyst for self-discovery. When faced with adversity, we are often compelled to confront our beliefs and priorities. It is in these moments of crisis that we may uncover what truly matters to us, leading to a more authentic existence. Dostoevsky's philosophy encourages us to view suffering not merely as a burden, but as an opportunity for growth. The search for meaning often involves grappling with difficult questions. Why do we suffer? What is our purpose? These inquiries can lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By embracing our pain, we can cultivate resilience and develop a sense of agency in our lives. This chapter also highlights the importance of community in the search for meaning. Dostoevsky emphasizes that our connections with others can provide support and insight during times of suffering. Engaging in honest conversations about our struggles can foster a sense of belonging and shared humanity. As we navigate our own journeys, we may find that the search for meaning is not a solitary endeavor, but a collective experience. This chapter invites readers to reflect on their own search for meaning in the face of suffering. What experiences have shaped your understanding of purpose? How have your struggles contributed to your personal growth? By embracing our pain and engaging with our questions, we can embark on a transformative journey toward a more meaningful existence. Dostoevsky's work serves as a reminder that while suffering is an inevitable part of life, it can also be a powerful force for self-discovery and connection. As we continue our exploration, let us consider how our individual quests for meaning can illuminate the path toward a richer, more fulfilling life. In this chapter, we delve into the concept of redemption and how it is intricately linked to suffering. Dostoevsky posits that through our struggles and pain, we can find a path to redemption, allowing us to reclaim our humanity and connect with others on a deeper level. This theme resonates throughout his works, where characters often undergo profound transformations as a result of their suffering. One of the most compelling examples of this idea is found in Crime and Punishment, where Raskolnikov's journey from isolation and guilt to eventual redemption illustrates the transformative power of suffering. Initially, Raskolnikov believes that he is above conventional morality, justifying his heinous actions. However, as he grapples with the weight of his guilt, he is forced to confront the consequences of his choices. It is through this suffering that he begins to understand the value of empathy and connection, ultimately leading him toward redemption. Examples of this idea is found in Crime and Punishment, where Raskolnikov's journey from isolation and guilt to eventual redemption illustrates the transformative power of suffering. Initially, Raskolnikov believes that he is above conventional morality, justifying his heinous actions. However, as he grapples with the weight of his guilt, he is forced to confront the consequences of his choices. It is through this suffering that he begins to understand the value of empathy and connection, ultimately leading him toward redemption. This chapter explores the notion that suffering can act as a crucible for personal growth. When we confront our pain, we are often compelled to reevaluate our beliefs and actions. This process can lead to a greater understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Dostoevsky suggests that it is through our darkest moments that we can emerge stronger, more compassionate, and more aware of the interconnectedness of all human beings. The idea of redemption is also closely tied to the concept of forgiveness. both of ourselves and others. In The Brothers Karamazov, the character of Alyosha serves as a beacon of hope and compassion, embodying the potential for forgiveness and understanding. His ability to forgive those who have wronged him illustrates the healing power of empathy and love, reinforcing the idea that redemption is attainable even in the face of profound suffering. This chapter encourages readers to reflect on their own experiences with suffering and redemption. Have there been moments in your life where pain led to personal growth or a deeper understanding of yourself? How can embracing your struggles pave the way for healing and connection with others? Dostoevsky's philosophy invites us to see suffering not as an endpoint, but as a vital part of the human experience that can lead to redemption and a renewed sense of purpose. In this chapter, we explore the transformative power of empathy and its critical role in overcoming suffering. Dostoevsky believed that empathy is not only a moral imperative, but also a pathway to understanding ourselves and others. Through his characters, he illustrates how the ability to connect with the pain of others can lead to profound personal and communal healing. Empathy allows us to transcend our individual experiences, fostering a sense of shared humanity. In The Brothers Karamazov, the character of Ivan Karamazov struggles with the existence of suffering and injustice in the world. His internal conflict highlights the difficulty of reconciling personal pain with the suffering of others. However, through the compassionate actions of his brother Alyosha, Ivan begins to see the importance of empathy in navigating these complex emotions. This chapter delves into the idea that empathy can serve as a balm for suffering. When we reach out to others in their pain, we not only help alleviate their burden, but also enrich our own lives. Dostoevsky's characters often find solace and meaning through acts of compassion, illustrating that our connections with others can provide a sense of purpose and belonging. Moreover, empathy fosters resilience. When we share our struggles with others, we create a support system that helps us navigate the challenges of life. Dostoevsky emphasizes that by allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and open to the experiences of others, we can cultivate deeper relationships that enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. This chapter invites readers to reflect on their own capacity for empathy. How do you respond to the suffering of others? Are there moments when you felt compelled to reach out and offer support? By actively engaging in empathetic actions, we can create a ripple effect of kindness and understanding in our communities. Dostoevsky's work serves as a reminder that empathy is not just a passive feeling, but an active choice that requires courage.